We have finally heard from our gaffer, Mikel Arteta, a matter of what? Just less than 48 hours after Arsenal's historic Premier League win after 22 years of chasing down the Premier League. I think the boys returned to training today, Thursday, the 21st of May. And I think, like I said earlier, there was lots of smiles, big hugs, like a lot of enjoyment within the camp. Mikel Arteta had done his press conference about 1:30 in the afternoon ahead of all things Crystal Palace, the final game of the season. And I'm going to go through a couple of quotes and things that Arteta said because I think it's really important that we get a feel for how the manager's feeling because he's been a massive part of the story. He's been a massive part of the story. And this update comes with how he's feeling, thoughts towards Guardiola, Iraola as well as some fitness news, injury news. So we'll jump right into it. So we'll start with on hearing the words that we're Premier League champions. It's incredible to hear them, especially understanding the journey, the manner that we've done it, and how many people have been involved and waiting for so long to accomplish that goal. I mean, 22 years Arsenal fans have been waiting, but under Arteta, we've been waiting, a considerable amount of time as well. Like, we've been waiting for this project to go bang like we were told it would. So, we're at this point now, and I think it's great. He goes on to talk about how he found out, how he wanted to stay at the ground, but then he didn't, and he went home. He said, I went home, I went outside to the garden, I started to build a fire and do some barbecue, so I didn't watch any of it. I was just hearing some noises in the background in the living room, and suddenly the magic happened. My oldest son opened the garden door. He started to run towards me. Started to cry, gave me a hug, and said, "We are champions, Daddy." Then my other two boys and my wife came over, and it was beautiful. Just to see that joy on them as well, that they were always with me. It was magical. A minute later, Martin Odegaard, our club captain, was on the video. "Where are you?" He said, "Come over." I said, "Enjoy it for a while and I'll see you in a few hours somewhere in London." So the gaffer did go out and join the boys with those celebrations. I thought I did see him in some pictures, like when I know they had changed and then maybe had gone out. But I didn't see him obviously originally in that training scene where we saw them all go crazy because, yeah, he wasn't there. On seeing the reaction of the players after watching the videos, it was their moment. And they had to be themselves in that moment. And if I'm there, I think it wouldn't be the same, which is true. If your boss is there, you party in a certain way, you celebrate in a certain way. But the boys felt free, which is good. He said, "I'm glad they did it that way. They enjoyed it so much, and the staff were all over the place, and we had our moment together a few hours later." Which is amazing. Talks about the messages and stuff he received from everyone, loved ones and stuff. Talks about beating Pep Guardiola to the title. He said they've been a huge part of the journey, and Pep has been a huge part of that journey. First of all, because I started my coaching career with him, and then because not only Pep and Man City, but the other opponents as well in the league and all the other colleagues that we have in the league as well. They continue to raise the standards to crazy levels in this league, and the only thing that it has provoked in myself, the players and the staff, is that the club is to be obligated to raise those levels and those standards. Mikel Arteta loves standards. He absolutely loves those fogging standards. So, yeah, of course, he wants to raise those levels and those standards to try to be better. And that over the last few years, we've been very, very close. And this time, thankfully, we managed to win it. We have been the bridesmaid for so many years on the trot. We are getting married now. We are no longer bridesmaids anymore, people. So fantastic stuff there with finally getting that win. And I'm so happy he got the win whilst Pep was still in the league, because he can say he's beaten, if not the greatest manager of all time, to that title. Jurgen Klopp was in and around it. Jurgen Klopp has obviously departed Liverpool 2 years ago now, but Pep being there, I think it means something. I really do think it's going to do something good for Arteta as well. And the team and the boys. He said, is there a moment that he believed that they would win the league? I'm just going to jump to this part because I've seen this. So he said, one of the main ones was a meeting that we had here next to a tree when I brought all of the players together and I told them, look at each other, look at the squad that we built over the summer. We are capable of everything and we can be very, very good. But it only depends on us and our behaviors and everybody understanding the role that it's going to have daily or on the day to give the best for the team. Once they realized that, I think we went to a different level because you see the impact everyone has on different games. Sacrifice, work for each other. This is what the messaging is. We're not a team full of, superstars. We have superstar individuals with superstar talents, but this isn't a Galactico team. Work hard for each other. Some of you will play this match, some of you will play that match. Some of you will contribute here, some will contribute here. And I think that's where this team has really shined, Building that squad in the summer, buying a Nordgaard, buying an Eze. These are people that they've come in and they've helped fill gaps. At times in the past, Arsenal would get an injury or suspension and it's like, who's going to play? We've got guys now that can fill those gaps, which was flipping awesome for this year. We had news on Mikel Merino and Jurrien Timber, which is fantastic. Arteta said Mikel is going to start to train with the group tomorrow. Today he's done a little bit. It was just a very light session, obviously. And Jurrien, let's hope he can do the same in the next few days. But he's still a little bit further behind than Mikel at the moment. Mikel Merino and Timber, I think, have such important roles in the Champions League final. Mikel Merino has been someone that, we can all say we haven't been impressed with him for his primary job in midfield as a central midfielder, but as a striker, as a threat off the bench, when a cross goes in, we need Mikel Merino ready for that Champions League final. I think, just as an option. And Jurrien Timber, if we can get him fit for that Champions League final, he will be a fantastic defensive option at a time where Ben White is done for the season. He's not going to make it. Mosquera has been doing well at right back, but it's not his natural position. So you want to get Timber back for that Champions League final. Arteta spoke about the support around the stadium after winning the league. He said, we are all responsible, and I really want to make that clear. There's been so many people in this journey throughout the years, not only since I've been here, but as well, obviously, everything that Arsenal built. Even though we didn't achieve the Premier League, it was an explosion, an emotional explosion, because everybody's been just, keeping emotions and lifting those emotions, but not being able to really express them. So when we opened that bottle, I think everybody had so much to release, and it's been incredible to witness. It really has been. Those scenes were amazing. He spoke about his friend Areola, who is the Bournemouth coach that obviously helped in a way, secure our Premier League win with a draw against Man City. He said, I called him yesterday, first of all, to congratulate him on the incredible job that he's done with Bournemouth. Obviously, I said, you almost took the Premier League away from us, and now you've helped us win it. So a quick call to say thank you, to show my admiration for him, and to wish him best in his next chapter of his career, which I'm sure is going to be very, very successful. And of course, in typical Arteta fashion, it's all about getting back to work. He said on what his messaging for us getting ready now for Sunday, the last match of the season. He said we have 48 hours to enjoy the success of winning the league. Now, tomorrow and Saturday, we're going to prepare really well because we need to lift again our habits and the standards that we normally do things to be in the best possible way to compete. On Sunday, we'll have a little window there again to celebrate, to lift the trophy in a manner that it deserves, to connect with people who are constantly around us. But then we have 6 days that we need to write a new history in this football club. And he is not wrong. That Champions League trophy is going to be so important for Arsenal to see if they can get their hands on. So those are some of the main quotes and, conversations coming out from Arteta's press conference today, following the Premier League win. Fantastic to hear from the gaffer. Thank you, Arteta. I've done a whole video breakdown on thank you, Arteta. So check that out on the channel because he's so important to this success. He really, really is. He came in as a head coach and within, a year or two, they made him a manager because they could see his value and how he can help transform this club. And look where we are. So, let me know your thoughts on Arteta's quotes from today's press conference. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for all things Arsenal related content. My name is Mekz. This is the Cannon Club. Come on, you Gunners.